Yeah, so as we all know, like Christmas essentially starts with another two C's essentially. It's capitalism and commercialism. You know, Christmas today is all about profits, right? Even if you analyze it, right, even if you research it and look it up, it will show you that, like, statistically, in terms of like profit percentage, right, every year, Christmas is one of the main times of the years that a large majority of corporations and shops and all these different people make a large majority of their money due to Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas
Toys.
is essentially almost probably like 50% of most people's profits for the year. If you see what I mean, the other 3 months they probably rake in probably about 50% of their profits. I mean, sorry, the other 3/4 of the year they probably bring in, you know. But yeah, Christmas is the main, you know, money maker. So it's that thing of like, yes, Christmas is nice, and it's nice to celebrate it with your family, and it's nice to have a good time, and it's nice to give presents, and it's nice to do all that type of thing. But just remember too, that don't be stupid and go over budget. You know, just, you know, work with what you've got financially. You know, if you've been saving up and you say, okay, I can allocate this amount of money towards my wife, because I just from like my situation, I'd be like, okay, I know I can spend this amount of money on my wife, I can spend this on my kids. This year, for example, I've got my mother-in-law coming for Christmas, so I'll want to buy her something for Christmas as well, if you see what I mean. Make sure she has, you know, so she's included. She's got a couple of nice presents as well from me and, you know, from my kids. And obviously I've got my family too, if you see what I mean, my mum and my sisters and all that too, you know, to think about as well. So yeah,
I think Christmas changes sort of like, I mean, when I was younger, I used to have lots of aunties and things, you know, and they used to be younger too.
Yeah.
And they were like mothers to me in the kind of way, my aunties, you know. And
yeah.
It used to be quite nice, you know. Big family gatherings, you know.
Yeah. No, it is very nice, but what I'm saying is that I'm just trying to remind people to don't be so driven by these people's commercialism. You know, don't allow them to brainwash you to the point where you spend far more, you know, too much outside of your budget and put yourself into debt. You know, trying to, you know, fulfill the obligations and you know, happiness of other people just, you know, from giving presents. Like, if you can't do it, then just be realistic, you know, be honest, you know. Don't feel the need that you have to, you know, try to absolutely kill yourself in order to, you know, if you can't do it, you can't do it, you know, but just try your best, you know. That's what it's all about, you know. Don't be, you know, brainwashed into the idea that the only way you're bringing happiness to someone's Christmas is by giving them something, you know, some kind of present, you know. You can still have a nice time together, you know.
You can have a laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can tell jokes.
Yeah.
Have a laugh that way, or even play games. That's a good idea. I mean, I used to play a lot of family games for my family when I was younger. Like I said, we used to have a good time because of it, you know. And you don't really need money sometimes to have a good time. You just need a good attitude, I think, you know. I mean, money or house, obviously, because you ain't got no money, you ain't got no food on the table, have you? And that's when times, you know, it's no good being hungry on Christmas, is it? I mean, you're not going to enjoy it. So I mean, like, at the end of the day, everybody wants to be happy, don't they? You know, some people might tend to drink too much.
Yeah.
And you know, that will, it creates problems in a way, doesn't it, to yourself in a kind of way. Like I say, it's all right having a drink, but you've got to control it in a kind of way.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we're having a drink now, just one, and I'm not having any more.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, we only drink very, very, very occasionally, don't we?
Yeah, just a few times a year.
Yeah.
Maybe
our birthday,
maybe like 3 times a year, to be honest. Maybe Christmases, birthdays, you know, and maybe like on my wedding anniversary, me and my wife might have a drink, if you see what I mean, on our anniversary every year, if you see what I mean, like, you know, just to celebrate our anniversary, you know. So.
But you know, but
it's very seldom, very, very seldom. Yeah.
But as I'm getting older, you know, I'm learning about happiness, really. What makes you happy in life, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's like I say, if you drink too much, you're not going to be, you know, might be happy for 5 minutes or a couple of hours, you know, having a drink. But then you're going to be laying in bed, sort of getting over a hangover, and you're going to pay for it, you know? And it's the same with everything, I feel, you know, like, did you have enough sleep? You know, or did you deprive yourself of sleep that day, you know, and you're going to be grumpy on Christmas Day because you stayed awake on Christmas Eve all night. You can sleep, you know. So, or did you know? Are you eating all right?
Yeah.
You know? Is your tummy all right? Are you happy? You know, are you eating the right foods? You know. There's lots of other things as well.
Of course,
you know,
yeah.
It goes on. The list goes on. You know, and you got to control yourself. You know, don't get jealous. Just enjoy who you are.
Yeah.
And make sure you're not hungry. Oh, and the other thing is temperature. You know, that's always changing.
Yeah.
As I said, constantly. And when it gets cold out there, people moan about it. Yeah. But what's the point of really moaning about it? Just wrap up warm. You know, just accept it. Everyone's struggling out here.
Yeah.
Especially the older people.
Well, I think that sometimes people forget that everyone has to endure the same thing.
Exactly.
It's like, why complain about it? You're not the only one that is like, even the other day it was -2. And it was really cold. Yes, it was really cold, but like you said, obviously you've got to wrap up.
Yeah, well...
You just wrap up. Like, you put on as many layers as you need to stay warm when you're going out, and you know, protect yourself, you know, from the elements, you know. But like you said, some people moan about it. But it's like, mate, you're not the only person that's having to, you know, walk through this or endure this right now. Everyone's experiencing the same thing. Like, it's, you know,
it's like, even if it gets really, really hot, you know, really hot.
Yeah.
Say we had a really hot summer day and it's really boiling hot, and every living thing's got to get in the shade, including the ants. If you sort of mean, all the birds who are in the shade, you know, protecting themselves, you know, struggling to survive, really, you know.
Yeah.
We're all struggling at the same time in a funny way, you know, with temperature, that is.
Yeah.
And hunger. And sleep.
Yeah.
You know, sleep's important too. And like I say, if you don't get enough sleep, you're going to be angry with yourself, or angry, you know, just angry.
Well, I must say that I'm lucky in that example, because I'm not really the type of person that really gets like irritable. Like, I have to be like very sleep deprived to get to that point. I'm not saying that I don't get to that point, but I'm just saying, like, I can go for a long time, like, you know, on a little amount of sleep, and I'll be fine. I won't be like grumpy or irritable or anything with people. I'll be fine. But it's when I'm extremely overtired, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll be like I'll start become a bit short, you know what I mean, or a bit, you know, abrupt.
Tempered.
Not even so much bad temper, but just more like abrupt, very, you know. And yeah, we've all got things that we have to be mindful of, you know. But like I said, it takes a lot for me to get there. To be honest, you know, it really does take a lot for me to get there. But you know, everyone's got their breaking points, haven't they? Yeah. Everyone's got their threshold, you know.
So we're all, every day that goes by, we're all kind of fighting to be happy. And I think like money does help, because if you've got money, you can pay for your heating.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it is a struggle when you're, especially as you're getting older, to stay warm.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, like because even when I get cold, I will get unhappy. That's for sure. You know, so I just try my best to even run around, you know, to warm up. You know what I mean? To jog on the spot, you know. And I think we all got to do that. You know, we're all struggling to be happy, and people got to realise that one, haven't they?
Yeah.
You got to think, like, what makes you happy in life, you know?
Yeah.
But so I celebrate every day. You know, like I said, I feel like I'm reunited with my daughter, and now I can feel like I'm just a lot happier every week that goes by because of that. You know, it's kind of like changed things now, you know, that I'm not sort of being blanked off here.
Yeah.
My head doesn't feel cut off, or I don't feel blindfolded or deaf.
Yeah.
Deafened from my children.
Disconnected, yeah.
You know, completely, you know, because I couldn't even talk to them, you know what I mean? No communications for a very, very long time, and it's just nice that, you know, like I said, that's something to celebrate, definitely, you know.
Yeah.
To me, that's more than Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a step in the right direction, you know.
Yeah, what I like about Christmas Day, though, and Christmas, because it's a nice little holiday break, and most people shut down, don't they?
Yeah.
Apart from some services like the fire brigade.
Yeah.
Or ambulance or whatever, you know.
Yeah. The essential services are always 24/7, aren't they?
But yeah, generally, your family is completely free.
Yeah.
You know, and you can all get together. You know, when it's kind of impossible the rest of the year to do that.
Yeah.
If you sort of mean, you know. So I just like that kind of thing, that we're not stressed out so much. You know, we ain't got to sort of rush off to go to work or anything. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like having a holiday. It's like having Christmas Day to me. It's like everybody's birthday, really. You know, I'm giving you a present, you're giving me one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happy birthday, everyone. You
Yeah.
know? It's a bit like that to me. But as I got older, I thought, it tires me out.
Okay.
So I've had so many Christmases now in a kind of way that I like it because it's all we got.
Yeah.
You know, it's all we've been given from the government in a funny way. So, you know, if we had a better government, it'd be Christmas every day. It'd be a holiday. You know, there'd be no business be completely closed down, wouldn't it? In a funny way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what Christmas is really for. Something to do with business. You know, where they close down that time of year, so they have Christmas.
Yeah.
Business closes down, really, doesn't it?
Well, most things do, apart from the essential services. Essentially, like you said, the fire, the police, the nurses, the doctors.
I mean, it's like that shutdown a few years ago. You know, shut down all the shops. You know, they got the power to do that. You know what I mean? And yeah. So we're all, you know, sometimes I'm looking out my window here and I can see sort of the shops over the road. You know, sort of they're all locking up at 5 o'clock right on the dot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the next morning they're opening up. You know, sort of like 9 o'clock on the dot. You know, sort of getting all the stuff out again. You know, and I see it every day. You know, everyone working and just going around the clock, being busy in their own little way. You know,
Yeah.
I think we're all living in our own little world.
Of course, yeah. Which is normal and quite natural.
We live in the same world, but we're all living in our own little world.
But it's that quote of we are all at the centre of our own universe, you know, and that is very true. Like you know, we're all at the centre of our own universe, you know. And I'm not saying that means that the whole world revolves around you, because that's a very arrogant way to think and a very prideful way to think, you know. Even though some people are like that, they do think the world revolves around them. But yeah, you know. I think birthdays and all these different celebrations are good personally, you know. I think if you're celebrating someone and it's all with good intentions and it's all, you know, the kindness, you know, and you know you're basically trying to, you know, ensure that your loved one has a great time for whatever the celebration is that you may be celebrating. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know. It's nice to be able to appreciate each other and to do things for each other and you know, to spend money on each other too as well, to show that you're not, you know, there's some people out there that are very greedy and stingy with their money and they refuse to buy anything for anyone, even if they've got the money. So it just goes to show that, you know, it's just that thing of coming from the heart, like being able to say, oh, I know this person really wants this, but they might not be able to afford it. But you know what? You know, I know it's Christmas and I want to do something nice for this person, so this money, little bit of money that I've got saved up here, I'm going to use it to buy you know, that thing for them, whatever it is that I know they wanted, you know, just to make, you know, just bring some Christmas joy and cheer and some happiness to their year, you know, to the end of their year and their life and everything else, you know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a wonderful thing, you know. Yeah, it's like I enjoy, like okay, for me, yeah. I have Christmas. Obviously, it's Christmas, so obviously I'm going to buy Christmas presents for my wife, my kids, my mother-in-law, as well as my mum and my sisters and family and stuff like that. And then come January, it's my wife's birthday again, you know. And then come February, it's my son's birthday. If you see what I mean. So like throughout that period, essentially, I'm forever buying.
Thinking his well, yeah.
And thinking ahead of ideas, and for obviously because it's different people, so you're thinking of different things for each individual person, and it's quite a lot. It's probably at least about 10 people at least, and then plus you're thinking, and then like I said, after that, then I've got to think about my wife's birthday directly after that, you know. Then my son, like about a month later, it's my son's birthday. So it's like, you know, it's a lot of expenditure, but I like just seeing them open their presents and seeing them being like happy and like fulfilled with what they've got, because it's something that I know they wanted or kind of like desired, or something that I saw and I thought, oh, you know, that's really nice, they would like that, you know, and bought it, you know, just off of, just off of, so yeah.
Oh, my nan, alright, yeah. She died 10 years ago, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I was a bit younger, even when I was 20, say when I was 25, she was alive, yeah.
Yeah.
24. Yeah. She's just got a lot of grandchildren.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Loads. And she writes down all the birthdays, you know, sort of, she's got Canada, you know, so she puts all the dates there and so
to remind herself, yeah.
And she said, you know, gives everyone, you know, when it comes to my birthday, so get a birthday card.
Yeah.
With £10 in it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but you know, she had to give out quite a lot. She had about 50 grandchildren.
Oh wow.
You know, so it's quite a lot of money. You know, it all adds up. You know, yeah, you know, and some great grandchildren as well. You know, that 50 altogether. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah.
I just come from a huge family in
yeah.
a way, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the bigger the family you've got, really, the more difficult it's going to be, really.
Yeah,
to keep everyone happy. It is quite stressful. It can be quite stressful, especially for adults.
Yeah, and to be honest, let's be honest, most people today are living on a budget. So, and the same thing applies to their Christmas. However much expenditure they choose to spend at Christmas, whether it be as a single parent or as a couple, on each other and their kids, if you see what I mean. Like, it's, you know, it's expenditure, you know. It all adds up, you know. It costs. Some celebrations are more expensive than kind of others, if you see what I mean. Like, New Year's Eve, you might not spend as much money. Let's say, for example, on New Year's Eve celebration, everyone, you know, there's lots of people worldwide that love to do it, you know, New Year's Eve celebration, you know, counting down to the new year kind of thing, having a drink and doing whatever else, you know. So yeah, they might not spend as much money that night, but like, you know, Christmas and birthdays in particular tend to be the ones that are kind of like cost the most, don't they, really, you know.
I mean, some people spend a lot of money on Christmas.
Yeah.
Some people do, you know. They even light up their whole gardens and all that.
Well, to be honest with you, right, just to be very honest and transparent, right, last year at Christmas, right, I probably spent about £1,500.
Wow. Yeah, but how come you didn't buy me nothing?
At Christmas, I probably spent about £1,500 last year.
That's a lot of money.
Between presents and food, decorations, all that type of stuff, etc. Wrapping paper, cards, you know, you name it, you know. I probably spent a good £1,500.
I think I spent £15.
15.
I just bought a sandwich, you know.
But me and my wife, even, and obviously that was just me. My wife spent money herself too. If you see what I mean, she probably spent about £1,000 probably herself. Wow. So
I don't.
But this year, we decided we're not spending that kind of money this year.
Silly.
Because last year we wanted to have we said we were going to have a bit of a go over budget and just
It's silly.
have a fantastic Christmas. But we said this year we're going to scale it down a bit and just it's going to be a nice Christmas, you know. And everyone will still enjoy it. The kids will still have their presents. We'll still have presents for each other, and yada yada yada. But it won't be to the same. I'm not spending £1,500 again on Christmas.
That is
Yeah.
I mean, I must have spent maybe. To be honest, I must have only spent about £100. You know, maybe a little bit more because I bought some food, whatever, you know. But I don't spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, I buy my mum something nice. I try to, but I'm careful, I've already, I sort of like take my time, I've probably already bought my mum's present a year before, you know what I mean, I get ahead with it all.
Yeah, yeah.
still got to wrap it all up, whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah,
course,
you know, I'm ahead. You know, I know that like on Christmas Day, I'm going to be happy. I know I am. You know, I know how to be happy. I know that. Well, I shouldn't say I know because I might have a toothache or something all day. Do you know what I mean? But I'm you know, not 99% sure, if you sort of mean, that I'm going to make an effort. That I'm just as happy as I am now. You sort of mean, you know. So I feel like I'm getting a little bit happier every day. So as you do get older, you learn to be kinder. I think you learn to be happier in life as well. You know, you kind of like learn to understand it more. If you sort of mean.
Appreciate it more.
When you don't understand it, I think you're going to be unhappy.
True.
When you learn to understand it, you know, you find happiness, I feel. And I feel like even my oldest son, he's 32 now, and he's struggled his life. You know, to be happy. It's been difficult, you know, I won't go into detail, but he's just found it very difficult to be happy in the world that we live in. And I think a lot of people do, especially children, you know. But recently, sort of in the last 3 years, I'm seeing him sort of finding happiness, you know, I can see it. He just looks happy all the time when you look at him, do you know what I mean? And you know, you can just sort of see by looking at somebody, you know, like yourself, you know, you have found happiness within. You know, and I found it myself, you know. I'm aiming to get happier in life, you know. As I say, I think like life gets better when you found happiness. When you find happiness, it's the, I don't know, I think it gives you purpose in a kind of way, you know. You know, I just feel like I'm looking forward to tomorrow in a kind of way because it just gets better.
It's true.
You know, I'm getting wiser for one. I learn a little bit more every day, about something, you know. And like something good happens, like my daughter come yesterday, you know. So, and like Christmas time's coming up. New Year's, and all that, whatever. And my daughter said she's going to come up and see my mum and go out for dinner. So that's something to look forward to. You know? So
progress.
Well, it's just nice, you know. My mum would be so pleased to see her because she's not seen her for a number of years too. So it's affected her too. Do you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it's nice, you know, and it's very beautiful. Like so, I've not had a lot of Christmases damaged in a kind of way because when my children were younger, just like yours, you know, we used to have very magical Christmases. I can remember them now. And then as soon as my daughter was 6 years old and my son was 10, it was over. And I didn't see him. I've not had a Christmas day since. You know, with them. You know, it's been all like, you know, their family, you know, not my family anymore, you know, it's like stolen away from me. You know, chucked out. For some reason, you know. And it's not nice, but like I said, it feels better today. Because I feel like I'm going to have a Christmas with my daughter for the first time in years. You know, a little bit of a Christmas anyway.
It'd be nice.
So yeah, it kind of like, you know.
It's a good way to end the year, isn't it? In a way. You know?
Well, it's made my Christmas, you know. I mean, I thought I was never going to see her again. You know, like say I died next week, you know, of a heart attack or something. Do you know what I mean? You know, but now I've seen her, you know, and I just feel a lot happier. You see what I mean? I thought, am I ever going to see her again? Because I felt like I was living in the graveyard. Because, you know, without my children, you know, I can't see them. You know, that's nasty. But anyway, like I say, it's nice now. You know, there's nothing worse in life having your children taken away. That's for sure.
I can. Of course. And as a father, obviously, I can relate to that. Like,
well, I'm surprised they do it. That's what I'm shocked.
It's not fair the way it's not fair the way the court systems kind of really work in terms of
they don't look into your life and your past properly. Do you know what I mean? They just do it.
Well, when they are given like most of the time, obviously the children go with the mum as long as you know the mother is a fit mother. the children will go to the mum. And I'm not saying there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but what I am saying is wrong is, as a father, not for me. This is not my case, because I live with my kids. Yeah, I see my kids every single day. I'm married, and but I know a lot of people that only get to see their children 4 times a month. If you see what I mean, every other weekend. So that means that's only 4 days out of every month, essentially. That's not a lot, is it, when you really think about it? There's 31 days in a month. So there's 26 or 27 of those days the child is primarily with the mum. And then only for 4 days a month the father gets to see the child. Obviously you can maintain contact as well through, like, obviously calling and FaceTime and all these things as well. But obviously if you're not with the person, you can't be, you're not going to feel inclined to be calling all the time either, are you? Because you don't want to think, you don't want the person you're no longer with, that you've had children with, to feel like you're harassing them either too, because that could bring problems too, if you see what I mean. So it's like a real fine line. And I know a lot of men that have encountered these problems and are experiencing this, literally, the court, siding with the mum. Kids go to, primary, like I said, go off, the mum becomes the primary carer of the kids, and the children stay and live with the mum. And then 4 days a month, dad gets to see them, and it's like...
It's really silly that it goes to court in a funny way. That's how I look at it, because when I first separated, I went to Canary Wharf a year, come back, when that Canary Wharf was over, I got here, and I got custody of my children. I had them custody for 2 years, and all of a sudden she pulled them off, because of the medication I was on. I mean, I had a brain seizure or whatever, and I told her over the phone what medication I was on. She said, "You're not seeing the children again." And guess what I did? I went straight to the solicitors the next day, over the road. And I think it's the worst thing I've ever done, to be honest with you. What I should have done is phone the police. That's how I should have dealt with it. I said, "Look, she's breaking my custody. Can you go around there, because I'm going nuts?" Do you know what I mean? I want to see my children. That's what I should have done. But I see solicitors, and they're sort of like they want to look at my medical records now. Do you know what I mean? And then they're questioning my mental being, because I was a bit angry. I went to the doctors and said, "Look, she's just taking the keys off of me. I'm angry, whatever." And they could see the anger on me. And then I'm having a brain seizure and things, and they put me on these quite powerful medication. And I told my wife what that medication was. She said, "Not taking, seeing children again, and it affected my life."
Kind of used it against you.
Well, and it completely, I've got to go to court, but really, like I said, that's the big mistake I made, never see a solicitor, it's like going and see I don't know, it's like pointing a gun at your head, if you ask me, I'm not, if I went back in time, I should have just phoned up the police about it, because I was only on this medication temporarily anyway, it's just a load of rubbish, if you ask me, Like I say, I'm a good father, and I never hit my children. We used to tell them fairy tale stories every night, and they love being with me. And you can see in all my photographs or films of me, that they love being with me, and you can see it. But they decide, no, do you know what I mean? The courts, they don't even look at you. They honestly will talk to you. They just decide behind your back that there's something not right with you. We're controlling your life, basically. Or you're not seeing your children, But so, I think like the government really got hold of your children as soon as they go to school. And so like, it's not like when children go to school they're getting any money for doing it. I think, when you think about it, they are going to some sort of office, from the age of 6 or 5, They go to some sort of office where they got a bit booked